What's going on, CBC Mustang fans? You are now tuned in behind the coach desk to me, Ken Crawford. And today we got a good one for you. Today we're going to be talking to men and women's golf coach, Lyle Middleton. Stay tuned.
So Lyle Middleton, 16th season as head men and women's golf coach.
Okay. So, Coach, what are your thoughts about, I know you guys getting ready to go into competition here for the fall. Based on your returning class and your freshman class, how do you feel about both your men and your women's golf team this year?
The men will start next week. We go to Oklahoma City's tournament, which will be a good field. We return 7 players. Out of those 7, 6 have played significant rounds of golf in the last couple of years for us. So we are an older group. I believe we graduate 5 from this season. We'll graduate 4 for this season. And out of those 4 seniors, I mean, like I said, they've had a lot of matches and had some success last year. We won 3 last 3 tournaments in the fall. We come out in the spring and we didn't have the start that I'd expected, but we competed with everybody. And then we didn't have a strong conference finish, but you know, this conference is pretty tough.
Okay. What are some personal goals you've set for yourself for the team this year, and what are some goals you set for the team overall for this season?
You know, my goals is always to win, but we're preparing for the spring because I think that's the biggest part of the season. That when you're getting to the postseason end of it, you want to be playing your best golf. And like I was reverted to last year, we come out strong and did not. I'm not going to say we didn't play good, but we didn't play as well as it was expected. But these guys have had good summer tournaments, had some success, have had some success playing against high quality competition. So I really feel that we got a strong chance to compete at the top of the conference. But I think, my personal opinion, I think we'll get 3 wins again. Hopefully we'll get 5 or 6. But I think we're good enough right now to come out. But I know the first term is going to be a very strong field, and we'll have to see how everything rolls.
Okay. So you've been coaching for a while now. At this point in your career, what is your coaching philosophy?
To compete to the best of your ability. Golf's a unique sport. It's one of the hardest mental sports out there because one bad swing or one bad break affects a whole round. You're relying on 4 other guys for that top 5 count 4 scores, and if you're one of the top couple players that we have, we put a lot of emphasis on how well you play, so there's added pressure there. But golf is an individual sport also. You can still win as an individual. And it's just a mental grind every round, especially when you're not having your best golf, but you're still trying to keep things together. But all I ask them is to compete. Don't give up, don't quit on the round, don't look in the rearview mirror to see what happened in the past. We always got to look forward. The bad hole, the last couple holes that may have been poor played, you can always bounce back. But when you put so much pressure on what happened in the past to make up for it in the future, I think we sometimes get ahead of ourselves and we struggle. So my expectations are just for them is just compete every hole and not worry about your surroundings or who you're playing with and how well they're playing, because one swing for them, it can change the dynamics of their round. So you got to continue to play yours to the best of the ability.
Okay. So when I say Mustang pride, Coach, what does that mean to you? Your Mustang.
I think that is something that each coach has to establish in their program. The meaning of Mustang pride is different for each person. When you get a different kid with a different personality that come from a different program that really wasn't pushed, really wasn't held accountable, And we talk about Mustang pride. That's being accountable of your actions, being accountable for representing the school, representing me as a coach, and me representing, the school, but also representing those players as a leader, as a mentor. So I think it's different for each coach of what their expectations are and what their interpretation of Mustang pride. But for me, is don't look at what you don't have, look at what you got, and make the most out of it.
All right. And finally, why should fans come out and watch the guys and girls play? What should they expect out of your players?
In the golf side of it, it's hot. You're walking most part, or you have to ride. You can't cheer, until a shot happens. You got to be kind of quiet and reserved while they're competing. I think you just don't have the large groupings, and part of it is because it's a Monday and Tuesday match. They're from 8 a.m. to, last to maybe 4, depending on how many groups you have. And most parents aren't able to travel the distances that we play at. So you may get whoever the host team is and a few parents. You just don't get those big crowds like you do in other sports. But, when you do get it, we want to see some exciting golf. And, I think that's every kid wants to have that support of their teammates or their family members to come watch it. But golf's kind of a unique sport for that. You asked a little bit about the women's side of it. This will be our first year in the last couple of years to have actually 5 players. Women's golf's a tough sport to recruit from because there's less athletes out there that do compete in golf, and for the scores that you need to win or to compete, you got to select few kids you can get out there. But I'm excited about this group. Shelby Rayburn is a senior. She's been here for the last, this will be her 4th year. And, she's had some ups and downs, and she's dealt with, some frustrations of how her game is. Alyssa Hagwood is a sophomore that started playing pretty good in the spring. And now we added an NAIA transfer from Oklahoma City area, and then also a freshman, and then we have a kid that had played golf that's converting over from another sport to kind of play a dual role. So to have 5 girls is important for the women's program to continue to build. But I think we've got a great group of girls that are going to compete. They like to win. They don't like to finish second. So you like to have that energy and that expectation out of an athlete to not just settle for average. And I think that's my personality. I don't settle for average. I want to win. I want to be successful. But there's more than just winning, and it's developing and mentoring them to be future coaches or whatever they choose to do in their life. And that's just the mental grind that we put on them to be able to handle those situations when they graduate from here.
All right. Well, hey, Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.